Hey kids, welcome. Mark Miller here. Roy Becker's with me. Roy, how you doing?
I'm indeed. I'm doing pretty well, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. And in this moment, a child just walked up and stood in front of my desk. Campbell, do you want to say something to me? I'm going to say no.
Today?
That was bad timing. Wait, what do you got? Fast?
Can we go sailing?
Can we go sailing? Maybe. I'm not sure about that. Okay, let's talk about that later. So maybe we'll go sailing today. I'm not sure. Today is 4th of July in the United States, a big holiday there. I'm in Costa Rica, so no holiday here. And Rory's, actually I'm in outer space right now.
Oh yeah,
Rory is
a whole different time zone.
is also, not probably a big fan of, it's, 4th of July. It's just rub it in the face of the Brits Day, I think, over there, right?
I've seen an awful lot on Twitter and Facebook. National Treason Day,
Okay, cool.
which
Nice.
is an interesting way of looking at it.
No, I like it.
Um,
I like it. You like my outer space background? It doesn't
I
have that kind of
do.
scary, vortex kind of, liquid vortex
It
thing that we had
does.
there. Like, whoa, that thing's about to
Ooh.
get me. All right, let's get to, let's kind of use our way into some code here. I'm waiting for the player data to be initialized over there. Let's initialize that data. I'll show you where we left off yesterday, just to kind of bring you up to speed here. Let's initialize that data.
You were creating some UI so that you could have settings on a per user basis
Yeah,
for several types of things. So whether they were going to be advantaged or not. Yeah, there we
right,
go. So
right.
you obviously got a little further with that at least. That's good.
Yeah, it's a little bit better, but it's not. I just realized this is all, everything's all visible here until we start checking something, and then we starts going to where it should be. These should all kind of be like, it should be really like that. And then when I click on
Yeah.
individuals, it should go here. And then when I choose an individual, I can be able to individually select whether they have advantage or disadvantage on a particular roll. So I want to
Yep.
be able to do some kind of combo. The idea here is I want to be able to do a skill check against like acrobatics, do it for maybe all the players, but be able to specify what these options are here. And it just occurred to me when I select everyone, I still want to see this, but I want all of these checked is what I
Okay.
want. Because I need to be able to, for everyone, I need to be able to specify still, does anybody have advantage or disadvantage like that on a particular
Sure.
roll? So that's kind of where I want to go with this. Now, with regards to the data we're sending over, I looked at this just before we started, and it doesn't look good, kids.
No?
No, we're sending over, the data we're sending over is not great. We're basically sending over essentially one integer here that's got an individual filter on it. And then when we come over in the die roller here, we're just checking to see, hey, if that individual is in that filter, then we're going to add dice for that player, specifying the index of that player, the player ID, and then everything else is the same. So I realized, okay, you know what we need to do? We need to change this up. We need to abandon the individual filter. Let's see where this thing is used. Good. It's only used once. We need to pretty much totally abandon the individual filter, and we
Yep.
need to, oops, not dice layer. I want to go to dice roll, I think. And we need to have something that's a little more robust that actually has the list of players we want to affect. So that's what we need to do, which means I got to shut everything down and start making some changes to the code here. So I'm going to temporarily shut everything down here. Rory, keep an eye on the chat room for me
Yep.
as well. And it looks like our normal folks are not joining us here today, buddy, because we're like,
Well,
you
yeah.
know, it's a holiday here in some places.
Because
Okay,
we're complete killjoys and are not celebrating.
that might be it. True. All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
We have
Uh,
our own kind of fun, though.
yeah, I'm gonna create a new class here, and I'm gonna say player role options, maybe. I think
Okay.
like that. Player role
Since,
options.
since we are going to be doing some sort of per player stuff, what other things have we got in the same place as that individual filter that might be on now a per player basis?
That's an excellent question. Well, arguably, you could argue is magic. Is the role magic or not?
Okay.
Could be there. Lurks in the corner to avoid Rory's eager gaze, says Surly Dad. And Surly Dad, we shut everything down so we don't have your announcement here. I think that's right. Is that right? We shut it down?
That's probably true, yeah.
Shut it down. Hold on. Yep, there we go. That Mr. Announcer Bot is closed as well. I think I can start up Mr. Announcer Bot all by himself, though. And he'll start up. And then that way I think we'll at least be able to control some scenes and stuff like that.
I love Surly Dev. He says, Independence Day was a good film, but I'm baffled by the need to celebrate it with a day's holiday.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. Well, I celebrate a film. That film was really, really good. Oh, look. There he is.
Surly Dad is in the house.
Nice. So even though we've stopped, we've started up Mr. Announcer Bot, which is sufficient to get the scene. Oh, Mr. A, you are killing me. Yeah, there you go. Announce me. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Mr. Announcer Bot as well. What? Look out, Mark. Yeah. That's it. Okay, so what else do we have inside of here that might fall into that category? I feel like there was more that was in here. Inspiration. Individual inspiration is one of the ones that comes in here. So I think what I want to do is I want to come up here and I want to say inspiration. I want to come in here and I want to do AI player ID. I want that.
Yeah.
And I need... the advantage, disadvantage for the individual player, which I think is dice roll kind. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's it right there. So I basically need this right here for the individual player.
So are you copying that there or cutting?
I'm
in the case of
copying
those
it.
two?
Well, yeah, right way to do this is to,
Well, let's say I do not know the right way to do this.
Yeah, you
because
kind of hinted
there's kind of a few things. Well, if they were moved, you would get compile errors, and we would have a sense of, should think how many things need to be altered. Having said that, I don't know necessarily that you want this to be the case all the time. It's
no, that don't play coy with me, Rory. You know the right way. The right way is what you alluded to moments ago, right? Intuitively, even if you're not cognitively clear on it. I feel you got this, right? You're basically by asking questions, right? By saying, "Hey, anything else we should move?"
Questions. That's good.
I
can do that.
The right way appears to be that we are going to send over data that describes the general properties of the roll, and then for every player who's rolling, we're going to pass over one of these player roll options. That's the right way to do it, really. The problem is I got a whole bunch of code that's kind of relying on this data coming across. So I'm going to have to modify it. Let's take out individual filter first. I think we're going to take out individual filter first.
We'll transplant things one at a time, so we don't break too much at the same time.
I'm kind of feeling that. Let's go into, where were we? Individual filter here. Let's go look at this.
Of course, we know that one's not too bad. It's not actually being used in many places because we did that check.
Right, we did. We're going to go back into it again here. Here we've got to fix the individuals. We basically need a to-do here role for the individuals. But now that we ask the scope, it really doesn't matter if it's everyone active player. Well, the active player is the player ID who's selected. But I think we're going to maintain that from the outside rather than the inside. So from the server rather than the client, I guess is the way of talking about this. Or I don't know if it's really the server, but from the other client, rather than the browser. So I think we're maintaining this in the browser. We're going to maintain this from our WPF app and send it. So I think roll scope is gone too.
Okay.
I think this is all completely, completely borked here. Has multiplayer dice. The only thing here is the question is, do we have multiplayer dice? If here there should be if the count is greater than 1, not just flat out true. Because if we have multiplayer dice, we come in, we have a special, we remove the individual d20s as opposed to calling remove d20s, which is a different kind of thing. Remove d20s, so this is where we get into some complexity. remove d20s has essentially this in common with the other one, but then also adds in this check right here if it's a luck roll. Because with the luck roll can only impact a single individual.
Yes. So you start with a roll that is for multiple people, but then within that you have an additional luck roll which is for a targeted individual.
Yeah, but I can't. I don't want to do that. I don't want to on my client side say I'm gonna do a luck roll and only affect this person's die. I don't think I want to do that yet. Is what is kind of where I'm at. We're kind of getting into a complexity between, changing what works to something that works better and is more flexible. Is kind of what the challenge is today. I think it's a good way of describing the challenge here.
And that can be a bit of a complexity because too many things in the air, there's a bigger risk of things going wrong.
If we always say we're working with multiplayer dice, then the luck roll will have to fix. We're going to have to fix the luck roll and figure out how to make that work if it's a luck roll. Because right now, the luck roll is not at all working. The luck roll would have to, if we go back in and look at remove multiplayer d20s, we basically, I think we go through all the players. And for each of the players, we go through all the dice and check to see which dice is there. Which means we would have to have similar logic with regards to the luck roll. The luck roll would have to say which player it applied to. And then we could stick this in here and make it work. That's like a preview of code we're going to have to write, I think, to make this, to fix this and remove this. The D20 roll value is returned from this. What's that used for? Oh, a check on min crit. And that's only for attacks. Attack rolls, we are singular. Okay, we only can do if it's an attack roll, it can only be a singular roll. So that's active player. So I don't know. I think what we might do is get rid of everyone at least, and then we just have individuals.
Well, so surely an everyone roll is effectively individuals wherein you have ticked all of them.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm suggesting. And so we're going to get rid. I think we're going to get rid of roll scope everyone. Let's look at that at least. And look at that. So there's a roll scope here, and then over on this side, there's a roll scope as well. And let's get rid of everyone here as well. And then let's look at where roll scope everyone. We're going to now say, if this is the case, then we want to, I don't think we need to do this. We're going to just get rid of this. You
could conceivably keep it, set it to individuals, and then tick every one of the boxes in order to save yourself a little bit of
That's what I'm going to do.
Interaction.
I will absolutely do that. And now what we need to do is if we're checked, then we need to just go into dice roll, and in here we need to do something like this. Add player, and it's going to be... And here we've got something interesting here. Because with here, when we created these tags, where was that? We're using tags like more than I want to in here. When we were using the tags, we did a times, wait, it was right here, I think, right? Times 2. I'm going to change it to just a plus plus. We were doing that because we were combining a bunch of, we were 1 and a 2 and a 4 and an 8 and a 16. We were combining those to see what bits were set, so that in a single int we could describe multiple participants. Now I'm just going to put them in a list, so I don't need to do this fancy stuff here. I just need a tag here that's going to have what their player ID is. And I think the player IDs are actually starting at 0. Is what I think they are. I think. And so I'm going to get rid of tag, I think, and just use row here. So we'll set...
That's good. That's a nice simplification.
Or maybe not. Actually, I'm going back on this. I'm going to do this instead because it makes the code easier to read. I'm going to say player ID is equal to 0, and then I'm just going to increment player ID as well. So we'll come down here. We're going to say tag is equal to player ID. Oh, guess what? This is a player role checkbox. Look what we can do. Much better. Much happier for me. Declare that property auto implement.
Nice.
Excellent. And then we're going to say player ID plus like that. So we'll go up by 1 there. And then we've got, and I'm pretty sure those are indexed by 0, if I'm recalling correctly. Let's hope. And if not, I guess we'll figure that out. Okay. And now that makes the code a little easier to read there. So now we've got the checkbox player ID right there. The other thing I want to do is I want to come down here and I want to say checkbox dot normal RB normal. Whoops, what? Okay, mark the time. I just had RB normal hit the space bar and it changed it to width. Have somebody look at that and explain what's going on there. I think I got a bug in my build here. So
Okay.
I'm going to say this is equal to RB normal roll, like that. I'm going to come down here and do, this is going to be advantage roll. Like that. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say it's equal to disadvantage. So I'm going to store the radio buttons that are combined with each of these. And so now I'll be able to check those values when we send it out, and it'll all be part of our checkbox. So let's go declare these properties as well. Auto implemented. There we go. Let's declare this one. Here's my advantage. And here comes my RB normal as well. Good. So now I can check to see if any of those are checked. Let's go see where else we are looking for this. Okay, here's where we create it. I think I feel like after I build the UI, depending on what's selected, I need to set the visibility of these guys, I think, or maybe just turn them all off, I suppose. Should I do that? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just set visibility.
Yeah, I mean, if you're inherently going to go with all, I mean, actually, that's the question I had for you. All or everybody? Sorry, not everybody. I guess we're changing on it. So active player was the default, isn't it? And active player's got the rather large checkboxes because they're nice and easy to hit. But because you then had a list of people for the individuals, you had to go back to fairly small ones. So I'm wondering, are we going to balance that somehow? Are we going to either make everything large or everything small?
You're talking about for
And
the advantage and disadvantage? Because it was, yeah. I'm not sure about that yet. That's like a UI change. I'm still got that in the back of my head to address.
The only reason I mention it is that if you were to consider making them all small, which I don't know is necessarily the best way, but if so, then it could be argued that they could be moved and actually created here next to the active player radio button in the same way as these are next to the individual players. So locale-wise, they'd be in the same area no matter which option you chose.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm totally considering that and removing the overall advantage disadvantage. And when we speaking of which, that's something else. It's the roll scope one. That's the advantage or disadvantage piece that we were looking at, right? Nope, that's not it. Sorry. It is it dice roll kind? No, that doesn't feel right.
Dice roll kind.
Yeah. It's that one right there. That's the piece that kind of needs to move here. And we need to get rid of it on the higher level, I think is what we need to do. So it's kind of like...
that does start kicking off some interesting stuff, though, because the current constructor for that does take that as a sort of a broad strokes.
Yep, it does.
Setup.
It does. Yeah, I know, I'm with you. I'm like, I think we're going to need to remove it. Let's say, let's put that as a to-do. Remove. Let's just get part of this working.
Mm-hmm. Have we yet put a field in place here to represent our new, is it player list?
Not yet. I think I was in the middle of writing that. I feel like I was saying add somewhere in here. There's where I was, add player. Okay, so I was just dropped a marker there and I was using CodeRush's escape to collect markers to get back. So we've got add player. And now what we want to do is we want to say, if it's checked, Then we're going to say add player, and we're going to add checkbox dot. If this works, I had problems with this before. Hierarchy. There, that works. That's what I'm looking for. Although it doesn't give me. Oh, hi. Hold on. I know why. It doesn't give it to me because I want the other checkbox. What is it called?
We're not. It's a roll something checkbox, wasn't it? This was the custom control that you made for storing the player ID and so forth.
Yeah, I was hoping that something with the word check would show up and be there, but I'm just getting a lot of noise here. Let's see. Is it down here? Player role checkbox. There it is right there. Okay. So if it's a player role checkbox, then now we can come in here and we can say, let's go into hierarchy, grab only the player role checkbox. So now we can see the pieces there.
Nice.
That we want.
Our specific customizations for said checkbox.
So we'll player ID and let's do again. Did I do that right? Hierarchy 0. Maybe I hit an O instead. That's what I did. Okay. I need to check to see what the deal is with these right here, with these. And so let's make something like this. If checkbox dot is checked, or maybe better to be like not normal, let's check just the advantage or the disadvantage, actually.
Lieutenant is in the house.
Hey, welcome, Will. He's the breakpoint that never hits, the bug you can't fix, the loop that never ends. Recursion, he only recurses 4-letter 32-bit words. Hackers and freakers. Will Bennett is in the house. That's right.
How much time do you reckon Will spends on writing his introduction before
I think he's been sitting. I think he's been sitting here the whole show, just lurking, working on that. I don't know, man. The guy is excellent at everything he does. By the way, so folks who are subscribers out there, I added some emotes. I'm like, I don't really have a sense of what's going on here. I don't know if you have access to those yet. They said it was pending, so maybe they're being approved. But I created emotes for subscribers. So you got an emote. It's basically a cool version of my face on its side like that. So I don't know if you have that yet, but let me know if you don't. Roy, you're a subscriber, right? You have the ability to check that out.
I resubscribed just today.
I don't have drone emotes yet. I'll do them yet. I thought it would be funnier to do my face, so that's what I did. Nope, not there at the moment. Okay, so they're being approved. I'll do the drone next, or if there's, everybody's like, your face is like, we've seen enough of that. There you go. Surly Dev, it is a funny face. Yeah, and plus I got it sideways to just maximize space within that small little rectangle, small little square. Okay, so if advantage is checked, so we need something here. It is dice roll kind. Is that what it is? I really don't like the name of this. Clearly, I've got dice roll kind, dice roll type. Yeah, so I want something of this type, so I want to have a variable of that type.
Is it advantage type you kind of really want it to be? Something like that?
Yeah, I really do. I really, really do. I just got to change it on multiple sides here. I guess I can change it here, no problem. Let's do, I've got a much better name for this. Let's rename this in a second. Here, we'll do this. Is equal to this dot normal. Okay, I'm going to change this up right now because I got a much better name that's never going to confuse me. Vantage kind. Okay, way better. Even though not a word, let's go over here. Where's my dice roll kind here? Dice roll type. That's not what I want, but I bet it's close by. Is it? No, it's not. All right, let's see if we can find it out here. I don't know if we get dice roll kind. It doesn't find it. Well, let's see if we can find it in the solution. Nope. There seems to be, and I haven't upgraded in a while. I've still got an older version of CodeRushed on here, but there seems to, this issue we saw before. Where,
any chance it's case sensitive for some reason?
I don't think so. Maybe it is, because I'm not seeing any.
No, no dice roll kind even.
I just think it's not here. I think it's in Dice Roller, maybe. Let's see if it's in here. Let's just search for the word kind.
Global search and replace. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm not going to do that. I'm just looking for the word kind, man. I'm just searching. There it is. Where are you? Okay, you're in Dragon Front game. Okay, so for whatever reason, it's part of the solution. CodeRushed wasn't able to find it when I said jump to symbol, dice roll
That's
kind.
very weird. Okay,
It could be my version too, because my version is a little old, but I'll bring it up. It's 1915, so I don't have latest, and so I want to rename this to Vantage Kind. The thing that's interesting is CodeRushed finds it with tab to Nix reference, right? It totally
Right.
finds it. So it's not
Yeah.
like, so I don't know why is jump to symbol not finding it. So if I do now kind, will it find it? It doesn't find it. Does not see it. I bet if and my options are solution. If I go open up Dragonfront game though, and I try to find it, I'll just go away from it so it's off screen.
Have you got enumerations turned off for some reason? Is that possible? So not a scope issue, but an actual type of thing you're searching for issue.
Really? Is that an option?
Yeah, look, there you go. Second column.
Is that what we've been doing this whole time? Is it been me all along? So DRK, if I do
Would like
that,
to say.
it doesn't find DRK. It's not finding it, and I'm in here.
Ah.
Look at this. I've got
Okay, but there are other
properties
things
turned
to
off
turn off.
as well.
Properties, variables, internal friend. Not that that would. What does that even mean in the TypeScript context? Is that a thing there?
I don't know, but it's not finding it still. Not finding
Okay.
dice roll kind. So just for folks, for devs out there, let's do this. Let's create a. I'm going to put a tag out here, which I. Hold on. We're going to throw out a tag, and we're going to call this EP-140-begin. So episode, and we'll push that out right now. That tag has the latest source that I started working on at the beginning of the show. So we'll throw that out there, and that looks like that worked. Okay. So Vantage Kind, good, much better name. I'm much happier now with that. Back over here. And now we're going to give this a better name too, because, awesome. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to say, hey, if it's checked is equal to true, then we're going to come down and we're going to say Vantage Kind equals Vantage Kind dot advantage. And then we're going to essentially do something that's based on this. Whoops. It says if disadvantage is checked, then this one's going to be equal to disadvantage. Then the Vantage in there. We can add a layer and the Vantage. So the very least,
Seems pretty good.
is right there. Then we can come in over here and declare that method. And now we want to add the players to. We want to have something that's a list of our player role options. So, and let's do this. We'll create a new list of what's on the clipboard, and we'll call this our player role. Player role options. I'm just going to give it the same name, I think. All right, like that. And I'll give it uppercase like that. And then we're going to come down into, wait, where was that? Am I in the, oh, there's that player right there. Okay, it's got a marker in it. So player role options dot add new player role options. Oh, interesting. I have to, because of the, no, it says I don't need to do it. So IntelliSense thought I did, but that might be an issue right there. That might be a CodeRushed issue. I want to look at this too. Look at what happened. I come in here and I said, so look at this. Let's just see what happens. This is CodeRushed. D&D core.player role options. Let's turn off IntelliRush and now do it again. It's not. And if I bring it in, then, okay. Interesting. So IntelliSense thinks it needs it. I think IntelliRush is just using IntelliSense's answers. But it doesn't need it because it's got a new in front of it. And then player role options, and then we want to add in, we want to pass these pieces into it, I think, like this. Like that. Whoops, like that, at the very least for now. And then we want to go into our constructor here as well and do this, and then do something along the lines that say player ID equals player ID, and kind equals vantage kind. But I want it to be lowercase. And I think I want to rename this as well to vantage kind, like this with an uppercase V. Okay, inspiration. I think we're going to say inspiration for now is going to be equal to that. And we're going to have to remove this. I think we're on our path to removing this right now. So there's a player role options. What's the jump to symbol keyboard shortcut, please? It's
literally the enter key on the numeric keypad.
Right. It's the enter key on the numeric keypad if you have it. So that's what I'm hitting to bring that up. And so that's how you get it. But if you
don't have that, I think it's Control-Shift-Q.
Let's see if that works for me. Control-Shift-Q. Yeah, Control-Shift-Q works for me too. Well, I'm getting a beep when I click away. Why is that? If I hit escape, it drops. Interesting. I kind of don't like that, Rory. I want to call that. I think it's. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, so we're here, and if I click away, we get that. I don't think I like the sound. I don't think I need that sound. I think it just go away on its own.
Okay.
Okay. Can you mark the time? If I type DRK, I get Dragon Roll Kind listed in the results. Surly Dev has got the same source code. Let's try this. DRK. I don't find it. Well, wait, now I've changed it to Vantage Kind, right? Now I get it over here. Oh, wait, but it's in the CS. Hold on. I want to see if you can get it. Can you get it from here, from the TypeScript? This is where I'm not finding it.
Yeah, it's a context thing, because we've got that on both server and client side.
Now, what do I got here? Oh, I got it this time.
Huh.
After I'd made changes to the file, I still think this is an issue.
Okay.
It's a maybe not always reproducible issue, but I think you should, when you talk about the issue, note the original time and note this time as well.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? And we'll
absolutely.
looks like about 33 minutes in. I think we started about a minute or two early, so about 34 minutes in.
Yeah, I'm going to offset the the times by when we started, but that's fine.
Okay. So, are we done up here?
We are adding a player, or that is to say, a set of options that are on behalf of a player, to the player. What was the higher level class that
the dice roll? Is it
dice roll itself?
Dice roll, yeah.
And so now we have a selection of data there for each of them, which is going to be specific. Now we need to, use that data.
Yeah, we need to basically take player role options and port it over into TypeScript, so we can use it because we're passing that down. And we need to modify the dice roll as well. Let's see if we can find. Is there something down here called dice roll in TypeScript? Wow, a lot of stuff. D&D core, not what I want. Nope. It's listed too, even if I'm in a TypeScript file. Using the EP140 tagged version you just pushed. Okay. Yeah, it could be my version too. So there's a number of things to potentially look at here. Dice roll data. What's that? That's it. Okay, so that's what we want to change. I want to change this. I'm going to rename this to stay consistent. Vantage kind.
Yep.
Like that. And then we need to add the other piece right here. So there is, I think we had the other class on the clipboard. There's that class. I'll get to that in a second. But I want to come in here and I want to essentially duplicate this line right here. I call it player role options, like that. So that should get all the player role options coming across. And then let's declare each one of these one at a time. So we're going to have a variable type number. It's going to be player ID, variable type string. It's going to be inspiration, variable of what's on the clipboard, which is going to be vantage kind. And I think that's it for the player role options for that class, like that. Okay?
Seems pretty good, yep.
I think we have that. I think we have player role
Simplistic
options.
DTO.
Yeah. Now we need to inspiration. This is going to be rename this to group inspiration.
Yeah.
So the whole group gets it. And then we need to go back into the dice roller. And we need to, oh, we were right on that page visibly, but the caret was somewhere else. Sad. Jumped away from where we were. Remove multiplier. So here we go. Wait. That's not what I wanted. I think I'm going to have to just search for the word individual. Okay, here we go. So we don't have an everyone anymore. We just have individuals.
Yep.
Michael Jolly subscribed.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm going to keep this comment for now. And then right here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do dice roll data, player role options. So the for each on there. Player role options. And then now we have this. So filter. We're going to say add dice for player.
You've got a use of an index I there, which you're not going to have if you bring it up into your for each.
Yeah, that is correct. So now we're going to come in here and we're going to grab, instead of the I, we're going to grab the player ID.
Ah, much better.
Brilliant, huh? And then instead of dice roll data, we're going to put the player option dot the vantage kind, like that. And then I think we got a shot at this working. Hi, been here for a while. Lurking, says Copper Beardy. Welcome. Did by the way, did Michael Jolly hasn't said anything. That's why he's not.
No, he's been very stealthy.
He's being very quiet. Copper Beardy, welcome. Glad to have you out here. I saw you in the chat users list, Copper Beardy. Yeah, watch out for Surly Dev. He's like all over the place. Michael Jolly says boom, but nothing happens when Michael Jolly says boom. Why is that? Are we? I'm not sure why that is. Let's.
I think we stopped a whole bunch of things and maybe didn't start them up again.
I started this one. This is our. This is our thing. My boom was a fizzle. Sorry about that, buddy. You'll probably have another chance. I feel like we're about ready to. Let's see if we can compile this. What happens when we build this?
Did you change inspiration to group inspiration on the server side?
Ooh, I did not do that, and we should really do that because this renaming is important because of the way it transfers the data across here. So let's look at that.
The kind of thing that it might even just work in the sense that no compile errors happen, but then we'd be having something difficult to track down later.
Yeah. Why don't I see inspiration here? Am I in the wrong place? Inspiration. There it is right there. So we're going to call this group inspiration. We're going to rename it, though. Like that. More of a sparkler, says Copper Beardy. Group inspiration is that. So we're good there. And because I forgot, I wasn't paying attention to that. We need, in our dice roll data, let's go over in dice roll data, vantage kind. Let's look at that. Here. This is the deal right here. This is where we're taking our DTO after the parse and putting it inside our dice roll data. We can't just typecast it because we've got functions inside of our dice roll data. We'll call them on nothing, right? So this is truly just a DTO after we parse it, and now we got to transfer this stuff across, which means we got to go find inspiration now, change it to group inspiration there. We also, I think, pretty sure we named our DTO, in our DTO, we called this Vantage Kind now. So we got to go take a look at that. Is it here? Where is it? Nope, it's still called Kind. Let's change it to Vantage Kind as well right now, since we've got this up in both places.
That's good.
There and there. Let's also do this. Let's create an important comment that says any changes here should be reflected in inside dice roller.ts. Okay, so I think that's fair. Now, player role options. We've got to bring those across too. Right like this. We need code that looks just like what we're doing for the trailing effects. I love what just happened.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just selected it and it saw that I already was basing changes based on that. And I'm just
There's
looking.
a lot of that has been done correctly for you.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Code just got you back going, hey, I see what you may be trying to do here. Is this good?
Yeah.
Do you want one of these?
And so now with this DTO coming in here, let's look at what this constructor looks like here. This is just a DTO any coming in, and we're just doing this inside. Love it. Okay. So can I get an alternate constructor on my player role options? Is it player role options? Oh, I don't have a constructor. Okay, cool. Excellent. Do I have a CC template here? I do not. That's sad. That's sad for me, Rory. Okay. So then we want a DTO any in here, and now I want to say player ID equals DTO dot player ID. I'm just going to copy this line of code right here, do that there, duplicate this, we're going to call this inspiration, and duplicate this, and then we're going to call this Vantage Kind, like that. Okay, so just using CodeRush's smart duplicate selection or smart duplicate line, just hitting Shift Enter there to get that code quickly, followed by IntelliSense to fill in those pieces. We celebrate our treason in November, Michael Jolly. Sorry about all that tea, Copper Beardy. A lot of memes going around my Facebook with Happy Treason Day. Yeah, I love it. It's awesome. It makes me happy. Okay, so let's see. Player role options. There it is right there. Let's go back and look at that code where we're pushing a new instance in there. Passing in the DTO. Feels good to me. The DTO, let's double check that up here. We've got it, player role options right there in the dice roll. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. We basically overstepped a lot of bugs that we could have written. We need a chat client for Mark that forces him to read the chat in chronological order. I'm kind of there. I'm like, if you guys send out something, does that sound like you sounding like, yeah, I'm not doing it in chronological order. You're right. Is that you sounding like R2-D2, Michael Jolly? I don't know. I don't know if that's it. But when we get a lot of words coming in through the chat, it's put up right in front of my eyes, right up here, slightly off screen. So I don't have to move my eyes way down over here because I've got monitors all over the place here. So now I'm feeling like we've got let's see what our build is. I didn't see what the results of the build were. Imagine successful, because we didn't see any error messages come up. Build succeeded. All right, let's shut down everything else that's running. It looks like I've got it. Let's go in and kill Chrome. So we've got that ready for a new build. Start a new build here. We'll see how we do. We will see how we do. Mr. Balrog is with us as well. Welcome, Mr. Balrog. Glad to have you out there. Maybe we need to just start chatting at the end and work our way back to hello, everyone. Yeah, why put the burden on me? Michael, why? Mr. Nutsbot joins us in the house. We'll come in here. We'll switch over to dice roller, I think. The die roller. Let's also, inside of our main app, let's switch over to refresh the screens there.
So, what's the definition of success here? Presumably, the ability to set different individuals to have different
Surely
quantities,
there
different
is in the
advantage versus
house.
disadvantage, and see those results visibly.
Well, yeah, I'm expecting that by the end of the show. Right now, I'm expecting, my version of success is we get a few error messages here, or it works. I'll take either one of those. Better, Mr. A, but not the one that I did, says Surly Dev. Well, you got a 1 in 10 chance, or you got a 3 in 10 chance of it being for you, Surly Dev. You got to look at the code. He just reads how Yoda talks, says Will Bennett. And there you go. There he is.
Michael Jolly is in the house.
And leave the house, Michael Jolly. There you go. He's still with us, but his avatar is gone. Be gone, Michael Jolly. The avatar, not the real person. Okay, cool. So that's all. I'm happy that's all working now. Let's actually see if we can roll some dice here. So this is not good though. We're not at a break
It's
point.
taking its time, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a little. I'm a little concerned about that. And okay, now we're good. We're finished. Let's initialize the player data. We've done that. Now, one of the things I wanted to do here is when I click on everyone, I want all of those to check and to be visible. So let's kind of do that now at the higher level. So we're kind of going to do some, before we test the main stuff we've done, let's kind of fix this. I think those event handlers are down at the bottom here. Everyone checked here is what I want to do. So when we click on everyone, we're going to say set this to true, like that. And then the other thing I want to do, how am I going to check all those? I think I just want to say check all players, like that. I think is all I need is a function that's called check all players. And let's declare that. And then let's go in here for a second. Nope. I want to go backwards. I want to go find where I am going through all of the children. There it is. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. And then I want to come down and do that code down here like this. So basically something like this. And then say checkbox dot is checked is equal to true. Like that.
Nice. Yep.
Okay? And then clear this and run. And now let's see what we look like. Nice. So active player, everyone. Come over here. We can clear some layers, go back to everyone, and we got it. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, good. So now I've got normal rolls for everyone. Let's do an acrobatic skill check and see if anything works. And I just ran that, and I got a big fat nothing working over here.
No.
But we got success because I got an error message, which is going to help me out here. It doesn't like length. Player role options dot length. What? Trailing effects was created, wasn't it? Why wasn't player role options created? Let's go look at this. That's created from my perspective. Let's look at what's going on with trailing effects. Is it initialized anywhere else? Okay, now I'm just flat out confused as to why this isn't working. Player role options is definitely created there. Is it, it may not be sent across. We may have the wrong thing. I may be looking at the wrong thing here. Hold on a second. Yes, I am. I'm looking from the DTO's perspective. Let's go look at that. The player role options on the DTO coming across. That's in dice layer line 816. Wait. It's in dice layer. Okay, so let's go to dice layer 816. I want to set a breakpoint there and see what's coming across. I almost feel like I could figure it out from code, but I want to do this instead. Skill check. Pause and debugger. Player role options is undefined. Okay.
Well, that'll certainly cause trouble.
Yeah. I agree. It totally will. Why is that? Dice roll data. Let's go back over here. Here, let's run it a second and just get it to, so that's clear. Let's go look at, dice roll. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Okay, so let's look at what's going on here. Dice roll. Oh, public. We've got to kill everything and start up again.
There we go.
All right, so I'm killing everything, killing everything, killing everything. Killing Chrome. All right, my bad on that. Sorry about that, kids. Really nice if that was our only mistake. Wouldn't it be, awesome?
I have to say, I think the vast majority of what we've seen has made a lot of sense as we've written it. I'm not sure that I would expect much in the way of problems with this.
So,
I mean, that's just a syntactic, well, not even syntactic, but a logic screw up, a very slight one.
all right, so what are we doing here? We're starting up. Some folks are starting up. Wait, test started.
Yeah, I think maybe you ran some tests, but hey, at least they pass.
I didn't hit start? Sad. Here's our real start. Show you an ad for CodeRushed while we're waiting for that to start up. Take a look at this. Oh.
Nice.
You know why?
Abruptly.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because our app started and took control and changed the scene to player 1 at 4.
I see.
So our app is there. So, all right, that's okay though. We're good. Let's get to die roller. Get that loading. And hopefully this will load a lot faster than the other one, the last time we ran it. And maybe we'll show you the ad now. All right, kind of fun, and we're back.
Yeah.
We're back, and we're totally loaded up. I promise that's the last time I do that for a while. I'm like, it's awesome, but also, whoa, it's hot in here.
He's in the house.
Well, Bennett's got in here. Mission Impossible. Yeah, a little bit like that. Let's send the player data over. Let's come we've sent that over. Let's go send, again, we'll do it for everybody, a skill check, acrobatics, skill check. Ooh, we got some dice.
We got dice.
Holy cow. Got a break point. I'm going to just keep running and see what happens.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened? There it is right there. It looks like it's working.
Well, ain't that a thing?
Let's do individuals. Oh, the other thing I want to do is if I come in and do that,
Yeah, you want to switch to individuals.
individuals is what I
because of
want.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I totally want that. And then I think if I have everyone selected, I think I might want to go back to choose everyone. Like that.
Interesting.
It's like almost like maybe I don't even need the everyone checkbox there. Maybe I just need the individuals. Although everyone is kind of useful if I'm like here and I want to do that. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like there's something useful about it there. I think for now I want to go to individuals like this. I'll
Mark,
keep
could
it.
you move the UI just fractionally further left? We can't quite see the radio, but that's it. Because I know we're about to do a test there, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're in
So-
some subtly different advantage.
Yeah, so let's, it's going to go all crazy once we do here. Because I think once we go to here, we're going to be like, wait, advantage on what? Who's got advantage? What dice? I think we're going to have to make some changes, some big changes. I don't think we're ready for that yet. We only have really got advantage and disadvantage on the main player. This is what you were talking about before about how big these were right here, right?
Yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense because nice big button, as you say, science a great UI, and you want to hit those. But unless we have a set that are that big for everybody,
Yeah, no, it's going to be a mess down here. I think this is like the main kind of for the person, and these would be available if active player were set. So in other words,
Sure.
I think I'm okay with this like this, but once we go down to here or here, then this role has got to go away, I think, as well. Let's do that now. Let's kind of work on some of this stuff right here. So let's go over here and up here, and if we do everyone or if we do the individuals, either one of those two, I want to hide this bit right here. So let's click on that, trigger the breakpoint. Let's go look at the designer a second. Let's look at advantage. SP roll buttons is the name of the piece that holds them. So we'll come in here and we're going to say, if we're doing individuals, we're going to say this dot SP roll buttons dot visibility equals visibility dot hidden, like that.
now the only
And-
thing that occurs to me is if you click individuals or individuals or everyone, then what's going to happen is your UI is going to jump up to occupy the space that set of tick boxes is. Oh, it's not.
Well, if I
Sorry, this is
collapse it,
I've been in the web space a little too long.
it will if I collapse it. If I change it from hidden to collapse, it'll do that. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'll change it to disabled. Maybe I'll do that instead of just making it
Yeah,
disappear like
okay.
that. Let's do that. Which one was that? That was in everyone. So let's click here. Let's change it to enabled. Is enabled. And we're going to say that is equal to false. Do the same down here. Here we'll change it to true. And we'll clear that and run. Let's get some music up in here. Let's do action music genre. Oh, I didn't start the music. There it is right there.
And it's at this moment I noticed that I don't know that we did share sound earlier. We shared applications to theoretically enable it, but
You
I
should be able to
have
hear
no
this.
sound from you.
Really?
No. Strange, eh? I should have noticed earlier when the fanfares didn't occupy any sound either.
Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing with you. I'm going to restart my sharing with you. Share the application window. Where is
interesting to hear from the chat room. Oh, the stream is back as far as I can see.
Interesting. I clicked stop streaming and it didn't stop, and then it recovered. Are you able to hear sounds now, Rory?
Not via Skype. In fact, Skype is refusing to show video as well. Actually, it's still frozen. I've got your audio, and I've got the stream video.
You want to disconnect and reconnect?
Yeah, we can try that.
You want to? Okay. I'm gonna shut down Skype and restart it. We're without Rory for a moment. Restarting. Starting a video call with Rory.
Hello.
Rory's with us. Hold on a second. Let me do my share screen with you one more time. Sharing sound. There we go. So like I was saying about Rory, says Will Bennett. Do you hear sound now, Rory?
I'm also going to go no.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Oh well. All right. Well, we tried. We did our best.
Having all of the connectivity trouble, I know it's almost crazy to say this, but I think I have to go anyway. I've suddenly noticed the time,
okay.
And this is me for the day, unfortunately.
All right, buddy.
I will catch you again next Tuesday.
All right.
Because we are third of the week here, aren't we?
All right, buddy.
Happy 4th of July to whom it applies.
Thank you so much.
Hey, to those it doesn't even. Everybody have a great day.
All right.
And I will catch you soon.
Thanks, Rory.
Too bad. He's awesome.
All right. That was weird. We kind of disconnected in the middle of all that and then reconnected here. I want to change this up a bit. I'm not liking the is enabled on. It's not looking so good to me because there's really no change in it.
Michael Jolly is in the house.
Oh, he got in a second time. How is he sneaking in here? I don't get that. So we're going to say visibility. Let's undo this. Visibility is equal to collapse. We want change this. Let's see how this works. See how bad it is. All right, so boom, boom, boom. Yeah, not great. It's not great. If we change the order of these though, we put one down below the other, it's much better. Let's do that. See how that looks. Take it down under skill checks. Put it there. Now it's down here. Oh, it's not able to find it and remove it. I think because of the live XAML edit and continue, which is too bad, but I think that's all going to work later. Let's see what happens if we give somebody advantage, see if it works. I don't think it's going to work at all because I don't think we're even acting on it. Well, we might be. We did pass that in. Let's see what let's see what it looks like. There's a chance this will work. So we'll do a skill check. Willie's got advantage. Let's see, does it work at all? Oh, look at that. We got 2 die out. Is he going to take the 9 away? Whoa! And we got a bonus roll. Somebody got a 20. Look at that. Nice. Oh my gosh. I was expecting a lot of debugging on that. Let's set disadvantage for Shimo. Let's set disadvantage for everybody else. So we're going to see 8 die come out. Willie's going to get the best, and everybody else is going to get the worst of the 2. So Willie's going to get a 10. The 6 should stay. I didn't see what else. Yeah, I think that worked. That's what I think. Let's do it again. One more time. Okay, Willie's going to keep the 20. Ava's going to keep the 2. Yeah, I think it feels like it's working. All right, that's crazy and awesome, and I love that it's working. Now all I need to do is add individual inspiration out here, and I think we're good. in terms of what the individual piece is. I don't think I need to do that today. I think I'm going to take Rory's cue, and I think we might end the show. Should we keep going? Why don't we do that? Let's see if I can do a poll here out here. See what you guys think. Poll. Should we keep going? Question 1. Yes. 2. No. There we go. Got a live poll right up there. We built that a long time ago. 24-hour stream. Come on, Will Bennett. All right. Surly Deb's going to give us a break. Uh-oh. Will Bennett doesn't give us a break. What's going to happen? I'm going to pump up the music while we wait. What do we got? We're going here. Let's play funk next. I added some new music. So I got some new genres. One of them is funk. I got EDM, funk, action, rock, and techno. You can change the what are we at? We're split. We're tied. Which way to go? Copperbeardy. Could be up to you. Well, all right. I don't know. The music's cool. I'm going to make a few more changes, I think. We'll see. We'll keep it going for a little bit. All right. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy about how that's working there. Let's just do a couple more tests on this. Let's do a Shimo and Ava only. They both give them both advantage on that roll, on their rolls. Let's do that. We'll do an intimidation skill check. Yeah, that's working. Give them both disadvantage now. Do a saving throw for Constitution. Here it comes. And this I change them to disadvantages now. Yep. Nice. Certainly says, I'm going to shower and take my guests out for dinner. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thanks for the stream, Mark. And I may attempt another poll request over the weekend for Mr. AnnouncerBot. Okay, cool. Surly Deb. See you. See ya. All right. So I don't know if I want to mess with inspiration just yet on this. Do I? Maybe I will. Maybe I will mess with inspiration. And I think I'll put this down to the next line. Is what I think I'm going to do. Because we're kind of getting this pretty big here. All right, so let's do that. We'll move it to the next line there. That's not it. Let's use CodeRushed to find the XAML element. Active, RB active player. That's the one I want. So this and this are what I want to move. And I think moving this is going to cause it to fail. It won't be able to find it anymore during it for edit and continue. I think we're going to have a problem. But I'm going to do it, and we'll see what happens. So we want to SP stack panel here, SP group individual options. And we'll put those in there. And now we're down here. Do they still work? Yeah, it's not working anymore. We need a little more space up there, up here. So let's do that. Let's bring this in here. 0, maybe 10. See what we got. That works. I'm okay with that. All right, we're gonna have to close this down, restart. Let's do that. All right, so I think what we want here is, I guess we need two things. We need a text block. Now this is where, so yesterday Will was saying, hey, Mark, if you used a data template, this would be easier. And this is, are we in funk still? This doesn't feel like funk. All right, but I kind of got myself in this mess, and I'm going to just keep it here, I think, for now. So I'm going to say text block equals new text block, like that. Nope, I want text blocks.text is equal to inspiration, like that. And then we're going to have a text, an edit box. What is it called? Text box. Like that. And then we that. All right, there's our inspiration going across. So the inspiration goes across in the dice roller. Add dice for player. Where's inspiration come into effect here? Add die from string takes the inspiration coming in there. Hold on. Add die from string is the group inspiration. Role type is inspiration. I see what's happening. Okay. That's the group inspiration. Hmm. This code does not look good for that because we've got this max inspiration dice allowed. This is to keep us from going in and adding extra inspiration dice, I think. I am not liking that code. This is so that we don't add extra. I'm not sure why we have this here, actually, this code, and I'm not liking it. Just to limit inspiration dice, I believe for bonus rolls. For rolls that add extra. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I'm like, I need to change the inspiration, the way the inspiration dice is created. Just call and add D20. Where are we here? What's this? Roll bent luck dice. A dice for player. Only those two places. We're going to get rid of this here. We're getting rid of it. That code's gone. We're going to add inspiration in another place. Maybe not even inside. Add dice for player. So player has also inspiration, I think. Inspiration. So player has inspiration. I don't maybe need to send it down. Let's do this. So we're going to add, we'll pass in inspiration here. So if inspiration, player ID, I feel like that's going to do it right there. I like that better. Add dice for players. Now going to take inspiration. So pass in inspiration there. So active player. What's wrong here? What's my inspiration here? It's a number. That's got to be a string, I think. Pretty sure about that. Character, let's go to character.cs. It's a double. Let's see where it's used. All right, let's change this to text. Change this to text, to string. Okay. I feel like we're in better. May I ask what you are building and in what language? UMG Zoos, yes, you can ask that question. We're building a Dungeons and Dragons application, an application for a dungeon master playing the game Dungeons and Dragons to manage the game, and this engine is going to also be able to put special effects on the stream live, such as like if I get hit, if I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons on Twitch and I get hit, blood will shoot out of me. It'll roll dice, that sort of thing. Right now we're working on the die roller that is going to be able to handle individual inspiration for individual players on a multiplayer roll where we have dice from all the players coming out at once and we have individual inspiration. That's what we're working on now. So hopefully that will work. That's what we're kind of working our way through right now. And that's going to be a string right there. Just going back through all of those. And you'll be able to see it in a second if we get a compile on this and run it. Okay, add dice for player there. This is going to be the active player. So here, what I want to do is I want to say, whoops, let's go back. I want to grab that. I want to come down here, and I want to pass in players of player ID. Do we have that? What's the, oh shoot, I need the active player ID. I guess I'm just going to send in group inspiration. Let's send that in for the active player. To do, I think there's a bug here. Okay. Well, Bennett just did a test poof, but we can't do that because I'm totally stopped here. We're about to start up, though. You'll be able to see some examples of what we're doing. Umj Zuze is my current pronunciation of that. UMG Zuze. Let's see. Are we ready to start running? Make sure every single one of these is passing in some sort of appropriate inspiration. So there's the inspiration there. Player roll option, and here's where we can get the inspiration here. Okay. And that's all of them. We've got inspiration going to all of them. Good. Okay, now I think we can run. So let's get ready for that run. Start here. I'm going to close down our current Mr. Announcer bot because we're going to start a new one. All right, let's see what's going on with our build. Thought we fixed those. All right, now it looks like they're fixed. Let's try now. Can I get all of these? Let's say yeah. So languages, I don't think I answered the question. We're working in both C# and in TypeScript. Okay. All right, so we're running, whoops, let's go up here and running. All right, nice, you seem very knowledgeable. I'm a sophomore C# student right now, learning, or maybe CS is not C#, but I'm assuming it is. Learned C, C++ last year, in the process of learning Java, as I take that class next year, as well as data structures. This is pretty motivating. Oh, cool. Well, excellent. Thank you for that, and thank you for joining us.
Bennett is in the house.
Will Bennett's in the house. We just started. Oh, CS is computer science. Oh, got it. Yeah, Will Bennett helped me out with computer science as well. Thanks so much on that. Yeah, when I was a kid, computer science was not a degree available in any college in the United States. So that all was starting to change as I was getting out of college. Okay, so we've got our app here. We've got our website right here, which is also going to bring up our die roller. So the die roller that we're testing here is going to be an overlay. It serves as an overlay on top of the Twitch stream. So you see it here with a white background, but that white will become invisible when we overlay it and we actually roll the dice for real on the stream. I'll show you that in a minute here while we are going through and testing this. So we're doing the load on this right now. I think while we do this, I'm going to switch over to a different view, and I'm going to refresh the cache on the stream too, so I can show you the 3D dice happening over the stream, what that's going to look like. We'll just try to test proof again. I didn't see if that worked or not. And I'm waiting for the scroll bars on the right to go away here on the stream. So not here, but on the stream, the scroll bar on the right there. These also are, I'm waiting for this to go away here for this load to occur. So the load the first time is a little bit slow. Subsequent loads is a little faster. So we'll just chill out. Okay, there we go. That load is done. The other one's going to happen soon. I'm going to initialize the data and send that out. And now that I've done that, we should be able to come up here and do a roll for an individual. Let's do these two. And under inspiration, let's do a 1d4 for Willie, and for me, let's make it 1d6. So that's one of the ways we can do inspiration. Let's just see what happens here with this. Let's try a skill check on Arcana and see what happens. Do we roll any dice? Look at that. And do they add up correctly? Willie should have a 5. Willie does not. Oh, he got a -1, so that's correct, and I should have a 19 plus 1, 20. They add up correctly. Look at that. So we just got to get some spacing right here and kind of center these top to bottom. But but in general, that's looking pretty good. Let's actually fix that spacing over here right now. Over here. Here's where we need the margin right up there. Let's set a breakpoint there. And click on active player, back to individuals. Wait, I thought, oh, it's only when I send the data over, I guess. Let's initialize the player data again one more time. Now we'll set up the margin here. So we'll say this, dot margin. And we'll just take that same code from there. We're just going to add a 14 pixels across there before that. Run that. And now that margin should be fixed. Here we go, inspirations here. I need like a min width on the text box, I think, to make that easier to use. Let's go ahead and fix that now too as well. And we'll come back, send the data one more time. And in the text box, we're going to say text box dot min width. And we'll set that equal to, I don't know, maybe 70, like that. And run it, see how that looks. What? Oh, there we go. So there's my inspiration. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. Do dice have negative numbers? They do not, Will Bennett, but you have the minus. So the minus that's going on the roll is because you might have a modifier that's a negative modifier to a particular roll. Might want to remove the minus sign between the name and the die result. It was confusing. Oh, good suggestion. Let's take care of that too. So let's look at that for a second. We'll roll the dice one more time, and we'll look at that result, and we'll do that. Here comes the skill. Let's do the inspiration again. So we'll say 1d4 here for Willie. We'll give Shimo a d6. 1d6. We'll give Merkin a 1d12, and Ava will get a 1d8, like that. And we'll do another Arcana skill check. And we'll look at that dashes. The dash is the problem. What should we do instead of a dash? Colon? I think it's a colon instead of a dash is what I think it is. Change the dash to something else. Well, we agree it should be something else. I'm going to say it's a colon is what I think it's going to be. There's something in here that has to do with the score, I think. Total score, total roll score time, get ability score, total score. This is going to help us find the right spot, I think. Show die total. That's not what I want. I want the multiplayer summary. Show multiplayer results. This is what I want. Text title. Player role. Player role, initiative summary. This should just be called role summary, like that. Show multiplayer results. It's just got player roles on it. What's going on here? Hold on a second. Role summary. Player role, show player role. It's got to be here. Okay, I think we're getting close. That's the problem right there. So we're going to change that to a colon. So I'll have loads of colons in there, but I think that's going to be nicer. So we'll refresh that, see how that works. Yeah, WorldWake says might not even need a colon, but do try. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I was also thinking about dots, but having them, work out to the same length, so all that data is lined up at the right. I was thinking about that. I'm kind of leaning towards that, but programmatically it requires a little bit of code, more code than what we're doing now. Okay, that's been, that refresh is finished. Let's send over the player data. And let's come in here, do this one more time. 1d4. Let's say Shimo's got 2d12. It's a little crazy. 3d12. We're going to go nuts on this. And 4d12. So we're going to have a lot of dice come out in this roll right here. Let's do the skill check. And where's the 20-sided die for Ava? I don't see that. I need to double check that. I think there might be, I want to make sure there's not a problem here. Do 5 die? There's 5. There's the 20-sided there. I just didn't see it the other time, I think. Let's put the others folks back in and make sure Ava's got her 20-sided die comes out. I don't, oh, yeah, there it is right there with the triangle on top. Okay, it's there. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. It's better without the dash. It's way better without the dash. So thanks for that suggestion. And it looks like we've got inspiration coming across. Crazy inspiration. Who's got 22? Yep, that's right, 23 minus 1. Okay. Cool. And then we'll let's mute this right here. I'm going to take this off to the side here, and we're going to I'm going to load up the 3D dice. I'm going to on the stream, just so you can see that working as well, what that's going to look like. And let's also. Yeah, I wanted to see this. So I don't know if you saw this show or not, but we now have the ability to hide the scroll if you miss this. So when we hide the scroll, boom, it goes like that. And the player color is the color of the smoke. So here, this is player's purple. So when this scroll hides, we get this nice, beautiful purple smoke there. Same thing with Ava when she gets hidden. When Ava gets hidden, boom. Nice. It's looking good. Looks like we are ready to initialize player data on the stream, so we're going to do that. We've just done that. Now that means we can do a roll, like if we enter combat, for example. What's going to happen there? Is that going to work? Not bad. And Willie's got advantage on initiative. So that's what's happening there. So pretty cool. There's entering combat. The one thing I noticed, though, we didn't see is we didn't see the fire. And I think that's because I need on the Dragon Front overlay to refresh that cache as well. That's got the clock on it. So let's try that one more time here. Refresh that. That is usually pretty quick to refresh. Okay, so entering combat. There it is right there with the initiative roll with advantage. Yeah, Willie's got advantage on it. So there it is right there. And there's the report. Excellent. All right, let's see who we can send you guys away to out there. Well, we got Instafluff. He's always good. Let's do that. We'll send you out. We'll raid Instafluff out there. And we will, I want everybody to have a good weekend. And we will see you next Tuesday. CodeRushed is live. Raid him. Says Will Bennett. Subbing for Surly Dev, and yeah, we'll go check out Instafluff right now. Thanks so much, everybody. Had a great time. Welcome and Copperbeardy, great to have you out here. UMG Zuze, nice to see you as well. Good luck with your CS major, and we'll see you all next week.